20th or 22nd May. The stay order operating for the last 7 years, my lord. The development works are
28.
28.
May I please, as your lordship, my lord, I beg to mention for listing of my lord motion item, my lord, on Friday, my lord. Some urgencies there, my lord. We are operating some small mineral water bottling plant, my lord, and that has been, my lord, shut down forcefully, my lord, in violation of the provisions, my lord. Motion item, my lord. Friday, my lord. Oblige, my lord.
Please, your lordship, lordship, with the consent of the other side, I'd like to mention item number 14, lordship. In
14.
fact, lordship, the petitioner has expired, you know. I pray for some time for
Okay.
billing.
Mr. Zidas, Learned Counsel, has submitted that during the pendency of the petition, the petition has expired, and also he has prayed for listing of the case after
Lordship, after 3 weeks, lordship.
3 weeks in order to file appropriate readings.
Deeply obliged.
Mr. S. Somaria,
Lordship, Mr. A. Kalita is
okay, it
here.
is submitted that consent has been taken from the Learned Counsel for the respondents to make the
Deeply obliged.
release the case accordingly after 3 weeks.
May it please your lordship. Lordship, I beg to mention for item number 10 and 11. Kindly pass over the matter for the day, lordship.
You are for the petitioner,
Yes, lordship.
appearing
Lordship.
for R.S. Mishra,
Yes, lordship.
M.S.
B. Sharma.
B. Sharma, Learned Counsel, appearing for
Lordship.
appearing for Mr.
I-
R.S. Mishra, Learned Counsel for the petition.
There is
Straight for
interim in item 10. In item 10, lordship, there is interim.
listing of the case after we. It is submitted. You have informed the other side.
Yes, lordship. We have
It is
taken
submitted.
that.
Something has been taken from the Learned Counsel for the Learned spending also GST to make the pay. And Learned Deputy Solicitor General of the Deputy Legal to make the pay. The prayer is allowed. Release the case after we. Release the case and later. Come, hearing that we do. And 12/3/2024. The interim order passed earlier. Shall continue till the next verification. 11 or 9. There is no interim order in 11.
No, no.
I lose it. Same. Baki interim order.
For motion item number 17.
May I please, lordship? Lordship, the settled position of law, my lord, that no one should be evicted except due process of law, my lord. But in this instant case, my lord, for some vested interest and purposes, the officials in a connivance, my lord, made their attempt at early in the morning to evict the petitioner, my lord. My lord, the petitioner is occupying the government land since 1985. And already, my lord, some of that orders are in their in her favor. Lordship, just have a look, page 26 for a moment.
1 minute. Why you have made respond number 2, 3, and 4 by name?
My lord, because, my lord, the all action which has been contemplated by them, that is in the name of, my lord, official capacity, they have violated all the norms. And, my lord, there is nothing, my lord, which it seems that they have discharged the official duty. We have raised allegation against them, my lord.
Right. But without implementing them in official capacity,
My lord, I also examined this issue, my lord, that whether official capacity implement.
and additionally, you can make them parties by name,
My-
but without official capacity.
My lord.
I don't think this is
Lordship, I also,
expedition against private individual is otherwise not maintained.
my lord, thing is that, my lord, lordship, I may be incorrect, my lord, but what, my lord, so far this official capacity is concerned, my lord. Lordship, can you see that I have specifically mentioned that name and along with their designation, my lord?
Right. That will not do. You are implementing by name only. Without implementing the commissioner's EMC,
My lord.
you have implemented the person by name.
By name with their designation, my lord.
That will not. You make it
I have also examined,
Somaria, I think you are a seasoned lawyer.
my lord, I have also examined this issue, my lord, that since, my lord, that since they have not discharged
Show
me,
me, because there is nothing alleged against Ipsy.
we have alleged, my lord.
All right. 1 minute. 2, 3, and 4 you have implicated by name
My lord.
without making those authorities by their official designation. That is Circle Officer, Guwahati Revenue Circle. or
I may be allowed to, my lord, file a miscase, my lord, to MP.
I don't know. It is up to you. Show me the law. Otherwise, only what is left is only private individual. You are alleging that commissioner has gone. Circle officer had gone to your place and evicted you.
Right.
Without implementing them as circle officer, Guwahati Revenue Circle, collector, GMC, commissioner, GMC, you have made them parties by name.
My lord. My lord, my justifications towards this, my lord,
Yes, you could have made them after officially.
I have not made, my lord, that's why, my lord, I'm just making a clarification, lordship, also see this aspect. That, my lord, since, my lord, if that action contemplated, my lord, and that otherwise to be done by them, suppose the deputy commissioner is the competent person to do so. Suppose in that way, my lord, that interaction to be contained in the name of deputy commissioner. Since nothing has been done, my lord, from that side, my lord, the 3 persons jump into this scene, my lord.
You have made MS so and so. Mr. So and so and
Right.
Mr. So and so
Right.
as party.
Then lordship, kindly allow me to impute.
Satisfy me.
Well, I am trying to satisfy, lordship,
This
Lordship.
writ petition is maintainable in the present form.
lordship,
You can allege Melafide
Right.
and
yes, my lord.
make them parties by name, okay. But without,
My lord, then lordship, may kindly allow me to withdraw the file fresh for my lord.
it's up to you.
My lord, kindly give a liberty, my
I
lord.
think you should, liberty will be granted, but
My lord,
you are.
my lord, only thing is that, my lord, that this is the, my lord,
Yes, I know you are in possession of annual Patta land.
my lord.
It could be that
Now, lordship,
the
only,
process they have
yes,
adopted
my lord,
might not be due process.
my lord, absolutely.
That is one thing, but without
My lord, my lord. Then lordship, kindly give a liberty, my lord.
Mr. S. Somoria. Yes, Mr.
Lordship, my lord, only my lord, that respondent number 1 is my lord, but he has nothing to do, my lord, in this case. My lord, then other respondent, they have been made a by name party. My lord, we cannot take the notice also. And official, my lord, officer, my lord, in the
And
individual, they
it will
cannot.
be after returnable after 4 weeks.
My lord, liberty, my kindly.
Learned counsel for the petitioner has submitted that the petition wants to withdraw the writ petition with the liberty to file appraise.
My lord.
Mr. Zehendik Learned, Junior Government Board, Assam, appearing for the respondent number 1,
One only.
has no objection to the statement. In view of the above submission made by Mr. Somoria, Learned counsel for the petitioner, the writ petition is dismissed on withdrawal, with the liberty to file.
My lord, declare.
For admission item numbers 1 and 2.
Wait, please, Your Lordship. And not before I address your lordships on the facts. What I found from the few judgments to which I could lay my hands, my lord. The preponderance of judicial view seems to be normally it is the domain of the executive. And coupled with that is the role of a maybe a pay commission or a pay anomaly committee, etc., etc. But one exception has been carved out by the Honorable Supreme Court, and that exception is, my lord, if there is arbitrariness in the fixation of the pay, then the jurisdiction can be invoked. So basically, my lord, it is that, approach which I would like to adopt in this case. Now, for example, my lord, as far as this system assistants are concerned,
System assistant is covered by which petition?
my lord, 14389.
4389.
Yes. Now, they have been given a pay scale which is not in existence in the ROP. Now, therefore, it does not lie in their mouth today that unless it is recommended by ROP or go to pay anomaly committee, first please satisfy this honorable court on what basis our pay scales were fixed, determined. Instead of,
System assistant.
yes. The pay scale which has been given to us, this is not in existence, not in the ROP. Then on what? Then what was the exercise which state undertook while fixing our? That means you must have carried out an exercise. You must have applied your mind. You must have found out what is the nature of the work. What all are the qualifications we possess vis-a-vis some contemporary employees of the state government.
Whether retribution is structured on this basis?
Yes, my lord.
Let us see then.
Yes.
What are the fitting?
Yes.
But just want to know that there is a set of rules perhaps
Para
framed under
para 10, my lord.
framed under proviso 2309.
Yes. If your lordship would kindly come to para 10, my lord, at page 19. Para 10, page 19. That the petitioners beg to state that the scale of pay and grade pay in respect of system assistant working in the principal seat was higher than the system assistant working in various district and support network. This is one infirmity, my lord. However, it is important to mention here that scale of pay given to the system assistant working in various district and subordinate code did not exist in the revision of pay rule 2010. Therefore, to rectify the above anomalies, the petitioner numbered 1 to 10 submitted a representation on 14/7/16 before the Office of the Registrar General for rectification and correction of their pay scale and grade pay. The nature of work and responsibilities, qualification, etc. of the system assistant working in the principal seat and district and subordinate court are same. But the same has been rejected by order dated so and so on the ground that the pay scale was granted as per the post-sanction letter dated so and so. So therefore, what I am trying to, what I'll submit for your lordship kind consideration is what all were the factors which this government took note of while sanctioning the pay scale.
Whether they are governed by any set of rules?
Rules also नहीं किया बात. As far as the service conditions, my lord.
Page, yes, annexer. Page 51.
Yes, yes,
Is it laid down there, this pay scale?
yes. It is laid down, my lord, page 58.
Page 58.
Yes.
So, just for my understanding, this schedule is part of
Rules.
a set of rules
Yes.
framed under the proviso to
309.
309. So basically, it is a constitutional rule.
Yes. It's a rule
No,
with all having all
now-
legal flavor. Yes.
This system officer, right?
We are concerned with system assistant and my lord, the
System
other one.
assistant is subordinate judiciary.
Yes.
You want to make them equal.
Actually, my lord, there are only 2 posts of system assistant in Guwahati High Court and the rest are all in the subordinate court. And the pay scale is different between the principal seat and the district and subordinate courts. That is another grievance. First, the pay scale is not commensurate with any pay scale in the ROP, or rather it is not there. Secondly, there is a difference of pay scale between those working in the principal seat and the district and subordinate.
So just my query,
Yes,
if it is a part of a
rules.
set of rules, this has to go.
Okay.
Understood my
Lordship is perhaps indicating then we have to
Query,
lay a
whether-
challenge to the rules.
whether without, because otherwise it is a constitutional rules otherwise.
Uh-huh.
If it is this pay scale is part of schedule 1 and schedule 2 the rules. And
My
if
lord,
that
can
is to be set aside.
I have followed. Follow
This
from
is
whatever.
I have not studied, but this is the query just now because of your submission.
That is an aspect it escaped my attention also, my lord.
Just.
Perhaps I
stuck my
think it
mind.
requires a rethinking. Whether we should maintain a challenge to the rules also, or without challenging also it can be done.
Yes, because it is part of the rules, not outside the rules. It is not an administrative act. It is not an administrative order.
You have followed, my lord. It's not
That-
an 162 exercise.
Had it been in 162, it would be a different thing, but it is part of the rules already, these pay scales.
So in that
Random-
case, I followed, my lord. Possible, adjourn the matter for a week, my lord. Let us examine this aspect, my lord.
Because,
Maybe that may be a relevant query, my lord.
because by,
Though, my lord, subsequent developments would suggest that government is agreeable, or rather government have shown some interest to look into the
Right.
matter, where we would like to point out that there they have gone wrong. But then that there is a matter,
mandamus will be,
contrary to the rules. It didn't appeal to me.
yes,
And my lordship will kindly adjourn the matter for a week. I will examine this matter, my lord.
had it been this pay scale
Silence.
is fixed
Huh.
by an administrative order.
Of course, my lord, we have challenged the order by which the posts were created. Based on that only rule was made. That order is under challenge.
What are the challenge?
Yes. Thirty-four, my lord.
34. Perhaps in that situation, a single court of,
Then it will have to go to division bench.
because this pay scale is part of the.
And the set aside and quash and modify interim pay scale, so and so, whoever, so and so, so and so. Right letter and this so and so. Indirectly, we have laid a challenge to the rules also, my lord.
Schedule 1,
Yes.
where if that is to be set aside, perhaps single judge is
Let-
incapable of.
Let the matter come up on Monday, my lord. Monday we'll take a call whether lordships will refer the matter to DV. I think that will be better. Huh?
I think so that.
Na, শুক্রবারে কম। Let it be on Friday, my lord.
This Friday,
This Friday. my lord.
next Wednesday,
Okay,
Friday, because this court will rise, many of your case may not reach.
okay. my
Uh, on the pair of Mr. K. Chudri, on the request of Mr. K. Chudri, learned senior counsel, assisted by Mr. J. Abedin, learned counsel for the petitioners, list the cases. 21. 21 to 2024, Mr. H.K. Das.
Response number 4, my lord.
Learned standing counsel GHC and Mr. B. Gogoi, learned standing counsel finance department. For the respondents are in attendance.
Different.
Mr. Abedin, please see that aspect.
Yes. My lord, I was more concerned with How can this honorable court decide it? That is the point which I was exploring more.
I
That's why-
cannot
That's why, my lord, I missed this aspect.
schedule, I cannot sit aside perhaps.
Yes, single, as a single judge, it cannot.
Item 3,
May I please
Yes,
your-
madam.
May I please your lordship, my senior Mr. P. Monto is left in another court. Lordship, may kindly pass over the matter for time being. Obliged.
Mr. Das is available, is Das.
Lordship, in this matter, Lordship. Record is coming, Lordship, on the way, Lordship.
Okay.
We need some time, Lordship, for 1 week, Lordship.
1 week.
Lordship, so that we can go through the record, Lordship.
You have retired already.
Yes.
See, 1 week will be difficult.
The records are, Lordship was pleased to call for the records, my lord. Those are yet to come, they are supposed to reach today, my lord. Sometime. Fine, my lord. So
Okay.
can it be on
Mr.
27th or
Das.
29th, Lordship? Can it be on 27th?
Mr. P. K. Das, Learned Counsel for the petitioner. H. K. Das, Learned Standing Counsel, GHC, for the respondent number 1 to 4, and Mr. Madam, your name?
E. Kakalari.
P. Khaklari, Learned Counsel for the respondent of 5 are present. Mr. Das, Learned Standing Counsel, GHC, has submitted that the records, the relevant records, are not received by him till date. So as the records are being transmitted,
Yes, my lord.
comma, he has sought for listing of the case after a week. Full stop. As sought for by the Learned Counsel for the parties, he is back case on 5-3.
Obliged. Deep.
item number 4,
May I please your lordship? Lordship, the engaged counsel will conduct the case through VC, my lord, virtual mode, my lord.
Request, Lordship, in this case, initially we took plea for legally objection. That was rejected by this honorable court. Now Lordship has to take up the matter on merit. Pleading is complete. We have filed our affidavit, they filed the reply also. So Lordship, for disposal, your Lordship,
Tell me,
maybe taken up to whatever Lordship has per convenience.
it is up to you.
Lordship, I am ready.
My lord, it is connected.
Question is how much long? How much long?
It will take some time.
Because hearing matter
My lord.
with PC for 2-3 hours is very difficult. I mean,
sorry, what,
They have to place their case also.
Mr. Shah,
yes, my lord.
what is your time plan otherwise?
My lord, I had one suggestion, which may address all the issues. My lords,
Whether motion meter through VC is okay, but if the hearing goes on for hours, it is very difficult. Otherwise,
I completely agree. May I have a minute to just make a suggestion, my lords? My lords, we believe that this particular order is a non-speaking order because it does not follow the board circular. It does not deal with my arguments on the concept of pure agent. It does not fully deal with the issue of limitation. And post we coming to this law, there is an order of the SESTAT, which would be binding on this officer, which we would like to urge before him. So my suggestion to my lords is my lord may fix it while we can argue it. One option may be that this is set aside and remanded to pass a speaking order on these 4 issues. If that is done, the matter may not need to trouble my lords.
whether it is,
Lordship,
that submission is,
Lordship, I have understand this submission, but
okay,
Lordship,
I have not looked into the paper, but tentative, just I am,
let me fix for hearing.
okay.
would my lord then give a shorter date? I'll open on this issue of seeing how it can be, if it can be remanded, that appeals to my lords, or we will then carry it on in.
Okay.
further.
Okay, if you want just want to give a glance, you can give a glance.
May I do it, my lord, on that day, if my lord permit, but please give me a shorter date because I think it can be disposed of. And it should be to the satisfaction of all.
এই কেস না থাকার দিন আছে নি যেটা 14-3. Mr. Shah, 14-3. We don't have much cases on that day fixed. Otherwise, all dates are
Thursday hearing.
full of cases. Thursday hearing date.
My lords, 14th March, certainly, whatever suits me.
Lots.
Obliged.
1 minute.
Oh, my lord.
My lords, that interim order protection may continue.
Mr. Arsa, Land Senior Counsel, Mr. Arsa, Land Senior Counsel. To partial mood for my assisted by Mr. S. Hazarika,
My lord.
Land Counsel for the petition. And Mr. S. C. Cal, Land Standing Counsel, GST. Full stop. The Land Counsel for the parties have submitted that exchange of bidding is complete and matter revision can be taken up for final consideration. Full stop. As agreed to by the Land Council for the parties, release the case on 14/3/2024. The interim order passed earlier shall continue.
Lots. Much.
Grateful, my lord.
Obliged.
Item 5.
The matter is in a very short campus. My lord, you are selected, my lord, page 105, your lordship can see, page 105 or 106,
This is what,
dealership,
petroleum.
yes. He was selected in a draw of lots. Then ultimately they say, my lord, you are a nominated member of the council, so therefore you resign, otherwise you will not get it. The question is whether nominated member of a council is an employee or not. That is a short question.
Employee.
Nominated member, he is a nominated member, my lord. So
Otherwise, he is a public servant.
he is not, my lord, nominated members are not employees, my lord. That
Whether this council members be executive or, be elected or nominated.
yes,
Whether he is a public servant or not. Receiving pay is one thing.
MLA MPs, but no, here question is, my lord, whether he is an employee.
Let us see. First,
Yes.
I
Your
don't
lord-
know, you have said something that nominated member, that is why.
Last order, my lord.
What is the advertisement? Is there
Advertisement is at page 23.
23?
Yes.
Let us see the advertisement.
Yes.
Appointment of retail outlet.
Relevant is at page, my lord, your lordship will get, this advertisement doesn't contain any conditions, but subsequently their brochures are there. That there your lordship will get.
What is
30.
let me have the basic facts first.
Yes,
Appointment of retail outlet dealership in the state of Assam by IOCL. IOCL.
yes, ma'am.
You are IOCL.
No, but I don't have.
Who is IOCL?
Mr. Minal Sudhi was there.
Published 2018 advertisement
Yes,
and location,
location Diffu, my lord,
Difu town.
town.
Okay. You are Mongbe Rongpi.
Yes, name of the location, your lordship will find it in fourth line.
Yes, I have seen.
Yes,
North on NH/SH.
yes.
You are Mongbe Rongpi.
So they have to provide land, my lord, if the land is good, my lord, then they will go for that.
Okay, the selected person has to provide land.
Yes,
Okay.
then draw of lots, my lord, they are selected. If it's
Where is
on
the
lot basis,
selection, the draw of lots?
that is your lordship will find it
Page?
105. No, first your lordship will see page 38.
30.
Since your lordship has seen the advertisement.
Huh.
So this is the brochure, my lord. It starts from page
Okay, oh, this is
25.
the voucher.
Yes.
Which category? This is which category? Dealership? Any idea?
Category, my lord.
Category.
Uh,
There are many categories.
ST, my lord.
The type of retail outlet site, say page
Yes.
28.
Page 23, where your lordship will see personal information, category ST.
No. Petroleum outlet category.
Yes.
Means say suppose page 28,
Page 28.
clause 3. Type of sites will be decided by oil company and the same would be. Okay. Take it.
Page 30.
Eligibility criteria. Eligibility criteria, land. Okay. You want to show page
38. my lord.
30.
A person selected for the dealership shall be paying attention towards day-to-day working of the dealership by personally managing the affairs of the dealership. She will not be eligible for taking up any employment. If the selected person is already employed, she will have to resign from the employment and produce the letter of acceptance of resignation by the employer before the issuance of the letter of appointment by the oil company. Now, your lordship will kindly see page 111. May I read that second paragraph? During field verifications of credentials on so-and-so, it is established that you are a member of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council as per dealership selection guidelines dated so-and-so. Selected candidates will not be eligible for taking up any employment. If the selected candidate is already employed, she will have to resign from the employment and produce the letter of acceptance of resignation by the employer before the issuance of letter of appointment by the oil company. You have submitted order dated so-and-so issued by Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council granting approval for voluntary relinquishment of monthly salary made by you. Under the extant industry dealer selection guidelines, there is no provision for award of dealership to any individual for surrendering of benefits like salary, parks, emoluments from the state central government, while the said individual continues to be an elected representative. Please submit your confirmation by letter dated so-and-so. So now they are saying that you will have to surrender, give up your nominated membership. So against this, my lord, we came before this court. And the court by various orders, my lord, your lordship will kindly see one order, my lord. 9/10/23.
And
10/23. Court wanted to know what is this full time? May I read this order? Petitioner prays for 4 weeks time to file an additional affidavit on behalf of the petitioner, bringing on record materials to demonstrate that being a nominated member of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, the petitioner is not required to discharge any full-time duty which may come in the way of managing the retail outlet on the day-to-day basis. So this is because it was the query of the court. So I said we will file affidavit. So accordingly, affidavit has been filed. Now may I take your lordship to affidavit in opposition filed by the IOCL. IOCL says the same thing. Paragraph 9, 10 and 11. Page 115, my lord. paragraph 9 onwards. So last sentence, be stated that a selected candidate will not be eligible for taking up any employment as per dealer selection guidelines dated so and so. That clause I have read, my lord, that is the clause. Paragraph 10. Response to the letter dated so and so, Mongvi had further requested IOCL white letter dated to consider his candidature for the said retail outlets dealership without seeking resignation from him from the nominated post. Now paragraph 11. With regard to the writ petition, the deponent begs to state that under the extant industry dealer selection guidelines, there is no provision for award of dealership to any individual for surrendering of benefits like salary, parks, emoluments from the central government, state government, while the state individual continues to be an elected representative. So they are saying that since you are elected representatives, paragraph 16, the deponent begs to state that as the selected candidate was not willing to resign from the nominated post of honorable member of the Autonomous Council, so his application was not processed further and he was made ineligible. So this is the context. And in response to this, my lord, they have filed affidavit in opposition by the council. That your lordship will kindly see.
Council,
Council has filed an employee.
who represents council?
They are saying he is not an employee. Page 127, ma'am. Paragraph 6.
The Karbi Anglong Council rules confirm.
Rule I will produce.
We have
Paragraph 6, last part, my lord, it says, my lord, he is not an employee of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. And to that, this extent, my lord, I will show one Supreme Court judgment as regard MLA MP. Produce that.
There are many judgments galore.
Galore, my lord. But I'll show one also, my
Members
lord.
means member.
Even
Members means member. Better elect. No.
my lord, paragraph page
Yes, salary.
page 128, your lordship.
An employee of the
Page 128. Our reply.
what nominated members do?
Nominated member, they just attend the session, madam. I'll come out. I'll show, madam, because I was trying to show, madam, when the court asked me, what do you do? What kind of that affidavit we have filed? Page 128, your lordship.
Seen. I have seen.
128,
Yes, paragraph 4.
paragraph 3 and 4, yes. In
I have
fact,
read
that
all
he has attended here, if your lordship has read, then paragraph 5, last paragraph, my lord. Deponent also respectfully says to the best of the petitioner knowledge, the respondent Indian Oil Corporation by letter dated 22 offered a retail outlet dealership to Sri Madhurjo Dhekial Phukon for the location from Bokajao to Dimapur, gate number so and so, who is also an elected member of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. So that fact is also there. They have given. It is not that they don't treat
No,
them as an employee.
You claim positive.
My lord?
You claim positive. You are invoking Article 14 in positive manner, not in negative manner.
No, not in, but I'm also showing that discrimination is also there because to Madhurja Dhikial Phukon, they have already given. He is an elected member. I'm not, I'm only a nominated member. You cannot treat a member of the council, my lord, even MLA, MP as an employee of the uh, government. My lord,
What is
your
the
lordships wanted to see the rule, my lord.
First,
Rule.
where is the provision for nominated member? First,
Yes.
let us see the
Constitution,
constitution.
yes,
Let us come from
Sixth
start
schedule,
from the
para-
constitution.
Para 2.
Let us start from the constitution
yes.
itself. Yes, para. Which para?
Para 2, মানে 6th schedule. Para 2.
Constitution of District Council. Subpara 1.
Yes.
Subparagraph 1. Subparagraph 1.
2-1, my lord. 30 members, of whom not more than
You are nominated by governor.
nominated by governor at the pleasure. And the rest shall be thing. And your lordship will see the Autonomous District Council rules 1951, rule 6. They are at the pleasure of the governor matter. For this, today they may say, you go, I go. They will say, this is honorary nomination matter. Rule 6, your lordship, can you see? 6.3.
We'll see.
Has your lordship found it?
No, I'm looking at the constitution.
Constitution 30, out of that 40 will be nominated.
Whether he's a lawmaker or not. He's a lawmaker.
He participates in the proceedings, madam.
So, lawmaker,
Yes, yes. My lord, that in the affidavit reply, what he does, that I have given one.
it is not a case confined within the affidavits.
Yes.
It is
Yes,
not a
yes.
case
Yes.
which can be confined
No, because
in the affidavits.
because in the earlier round, my lord, court wanted to know what kind of duties you do.
That is one
One
interim order during the stage of consideration.
Yes, yes.
It has to be looked as a whole.
Yes, yes. The important question is whether he is an employee.
No, side by side, this court feels that whether he is a public servant or not.
Yes, public servant is a different aspect altogether, my lord.
No,
That
if
is
a
what
public
let-
servant is there,
Yeah.
that issue is something more because all this petroleum scam which happened.
If your lordship takes into consideration this scam,
We'll see.
thing, my lord,
I
everything
will also
arise.
see in the larger context. It is not that
My lord, yes, yes, lord.
where is that rule?
Rule 6,
This book.
yes,
This book.
1951.
From 1950. What is the full name?
Assam Autonomous District Constitution of District Council Rules 1951.
Some autonomous. Collective আছে নাকি? কোনো নাইজেন লাগছে।
May I just give it one? Rule 3,
No, I am not having that book.
that 6(3), my lord. And they, my lord,
Where these members are defined, definition?
members in the constitution itself, my lord. There will be members,
Page only.
but they do not, my lord, participate in a no confidence motion. That your lordship will kindly note. Whenever a no confidence motion takes place, my lord, they do not participate. That your lordship judgments are there.
You want to show
Three,
which provision?
6(3). Sub-rule 3 of rule 6, my lord. At the pleasure of the governor.
What is your term?
My term is at the pleasure of the governor.
Otherwise,
Otherwise, my lord,
continue, if he continues. And
till
you do not invite displeasure of the governor, then
then till the my lord, session ends. Term
it
ends.
is 7-2
I think Garbi along,
during your life.
not during the life, my lord.
No, during your lifetime, it is there. 7-2
Rule 7(2).
during the life of the district council.
Yeah, during the life of this time. Council term will be over now, I think. 25, 26, I think.
The question is at that point of time.
Yes, yes. At that point of time, council is operating. Life was there. The life is for 5 years.
Okay, then thereafter, anything else in this?
Now, only one thing your lordship may note that these members, they do not participate in a no confidence motion. That your lordship will find it in judgments only.
Now let us see what is your oath of affirmation.
Oath of affirmation,
Appendix 3.
appendix T. Appendix T.
Appendix. Is it available, appendix? Except no confidence motion,
Yes.
does this nominated member take part in the proceedings?
Proceedings,
Other votes, other votes?
other votes, I think they take part, Manda. Other votes, they take part.
Whether they participate in the debate and also in passing any motion other than no confidence?
I think they do it, man. The council members, the nominated members, they do it. My lord, your lordship may kindly see 2019,
2000?
1911 SCC.
I'll look into it. Let me have a glance
Right.
for this.
He was nominated on 7/7/22.
7/7, 2022.
20.
And when this communication impugn letter,
Impugn letter is 11/20. I think it is 17/2/23.
there is nothing in this rules other than that, as regards nominated member.
Nothing, my lord.
Hmm?
Only some judgments are there that they are not to participate in a no confidence motion matter. My lord, again, if I may just. 2027, term will expire. My lord, page 134, I'm just, your lordship is in a greater area, I know about it, man. But page 134, because this is a answer we have given to the query raised by the court as to how much time do you give to this session. So that page
If
134.
that is, I am surprised.
No,
I am surprised the role of a nominated member because the
Yes.
statement I am quite surprised.
yes, this is what it is. His requirement is in the house. So that house, what he did, this is the certificate copy from the deputy secretary. This is what he has done. Court wanted to know, we have just placed it on record. Now 2019-11 SCC, your lordship, is 683. Para 1, my lord, the PIL was filed. Term is expiring in June. 2019 SCC 683, para 1, my lord.
One.
It was an PIL file for prohibiting MP, MLA from practicing law. And para 4.
It is already there. It is part. I have seen copy.
It is there, man.
I think some
Earlier I had given.
yes, maybe. I have just seen. It is there. Para.
1. By this writ petition filed on so and so, as a public interest litigation, the petitioner prays for issuance of writ of mandamus or direction to debar the legislatures from practicing as an advocate in the spirit of the Part 6 of the Bar Council of India Rules 1975, or in alternative declare that Rule 49 of the rules is arbitrary and ultraviates the Constitution, and to permit all public servants to practice as an advocate. Now paragraph.
What is Rule 49?
Paragraph 4, your lordship will continue. Reliance has been placed on Rule 49 of the rules in particular to contend that there is an express restrictions on advocates to take up other employment. It is also urged that being an elected people's representatives, by the very nature of his her duty as a lawmaker and legislature, It is a full-time engagement coupled with the fact that the emoluments paid to them is under the salary allowances and pensions of members of parliament, etc. Similarly, allowances are paid as per the rules framed for different heads under so and so. So thereafter, your lordship may kindly see Bar Council rules discussed in paragraph 7 and 10. There is no express provisions under the Advocates Act or the rules framed thereafter, including the Bar Council of India, such as Part 6, Chapter 2 of the said rules governing restrictions on advocates, in particular Section 7 thereof, titled as Sections on Other Emoluments. The Bar Council of India has filed its response to this writ petition and has placed on record minutes of the meeting of the general meeting held on so and so. The Bar Council had appointed a subcommittee to examine the questions raised in the writ petition. Subcommittee was of the considered opinion that the legislatures could not be prohibited from practicing law. So this is how it developed. And
Right,
ultimately,
this is,
para 15.
this issue is tested on the backdrop of Rule 49 or something like that.
Yes,
Whether
they are
a
employed or
legislator or lawmaker
are
can
employed.
pursue advocacy.
Yes, and whether they are employed.
We are testing a contract.
Yes.
We are testing a contract. We are not testing any statutory provision.
No. No,
Here
what-
the ball is set by the
Question is my lord, whether I am an employee. That is why they say that you resign. Otherwise, you are not getting. So whether question calls for your lordship determination is whether an nominated member of the council is an employee or not. And they have given at the same time to the an elected member. Para 15 your lordship will kindly see. Para 15 and 19 your lordship will kindly see is important. May I just read para 15?
yes.
Yes, it says, my lord, distinguished Rule 49. Our Rule 49 applies para 15, third sentence, my lord. However, Rule 49 applies where an advocate is a full-time salaried employee of any person, government, farm, corporation or concern. Indubitably, legislatures cannot be styled or characterized as full-time salaried employee as such, much less of the specified entitles. For there is no relationship of employer and employee. The status of legislature, MLA, MP, MLCs is of a member of the house. The mere fact that they draw salary under so and so act or different allowances under the relevant rules framed under the said act does not result in creation of a relationship of employer and employee between the government and the legislature, despite the descriptions of payment received by them in the name of salary. Indeed, the legislatures are deemed to be a public servant, but their status is sui generis and certainly not one of a full-time salaried employee of any person, government, farm, corporations are concerned as such. Even the expensive definitions of term person in the General Clause Act will be of no avail. The term employment may be an expansive expressions, but considering the constitutional scheme, the legislatures being elected people's representatives occupy a seat in Parliament, Legislative Assembly or Council as its members, but are not in the employment of or for that matter full-time salaried employees as such. Now paragraph 18, your lordship will kindly see. Paragraph 18, last in the middle, my lord, about 6 lines from below, my lord. Paragraph 18. They cannot be termed as an employee for in any manner, my lord. And even the.
The
elect-
question here is subject, just one question is arising in the mind of the court. But he is in a position of a situation akin to a member of legislative assembly.
Yes.
Akin to a legislative assembly. And undoubtedly he is a public servant. This also has declared also
Mm.
that the query of this court
Yes.
is answered by this paragraph also.
Yes.
Now, here is a question of as a recipient of distribution of public largesse,
Yes. Yes, central
not from the
government-
standpoint
Yeah.
of this bar council rules.
Yeah.
Here is a question, it is a private, it is a realm of private contract. And a public servant to be a recipient of distribution of public largesse,
Your lordship will see, kindly see how he
that
got
I
it.
have to see.
How he got it, not on the basis of any tender or some tender is there. He has a plot of
Right,
land.
but
He has offered the plot of land. There is, and it's a central government thing. He has been selected as in a draw of lots.
will
Draw
definitely look into it, but some questions are arising.
It
That is
will
why
arise, it will arise.
this, because we cannot be a party to something.
Yes,
If
I understand
a
that.
public servant holding a position akin to a member of legislative assembly should be a recipient of distribution of public largesse.
That question, my lord, your lordship will, in that case, your lordship will find out, my lord, because he is a council, just
Participate,
like Gram
right, nominated.
Panchayat member, my lord, or Panchayat member. Whether Panchayat member can participate or not. If he participates, my lord, if he gets it by way of question of influence will come in, whether he is in a position to influence anybody. He is a small fry, my lord, in a council.
No, no,
member.
no. Not from that
Yeah,
perspective.
no. No, the
Because
member,
their perspective is that one should be able to devote his entire time for running the petroleum outlet. That is what their brochure says.
yes,
Now they have come up with the plea that you being a nominated member and
You must
having
resign.
received something from you and you have duties to discharge. So you might not be able to devote full time. That perhaps the intrinsic prayer. And you have come up with that statement that yes, I hardly devote 4 days in a year,
now this is what is,
1 or
what is,
2 hours
what is
every
required.
day. So meaning thereby 4 hours.
This is what is required, my lord, as a council members, when the session takes place, my lord, then only he is required to attend there. And it is, and here, my lord, this is a, my lord, depot. Where depot, my lord, it can be run by a, my lord, manager also. My lord, there can be 10 depots. My lord, each, my lord, a person running a business, he can run 10 business also. It doesn't mean that he will be there in the thing for 24 hours.
It is not the opinion of the court.
That he will be there
It
the
is
thing
basically
24 hours.
regarding the contractual relationship between you and the IOC.
My lord.
We are not concerned with
Yes.
who can run 100 public
No,
petroleum outlet.
no, I'm saying from that point
What
of view.
is there on the ground
Yes,
is not to be looked into.
yes.
Somebody may run 200 petroleum outlets. I
No,
don't know.
that 24 hours, but not when the question comes, no, you'll have to be there 24 hours.
Question
It
is the
not necessary.
distribution of public largesses and what is meant by the author. Author of who lays down the rules and
Brochure, my lord.
brochure and what their perspective is. Basically, it is only under distribution of public largesses. That is all.
True.
Not beyond that. To look into that, whether they think that this man is suitable for running a petroleum outlet, because their interest is also associated.
Yes, yes. They can take action if something goes wrong. They can cancel
The
it.
running action is different thing. That is after contract.
Yes,
We are not, courts do not enter into a contractual relationship. But entering into a contractual relationship, there is a question of distribution of public charges. Okay, what paragraph you want to show?
Now, paragraph 15, my lord, regarding that employment, I was
Okay,
trying to
okay.
show that they are not employee. That there is no relationship between employer and employee. my lord.
What are the duties and responsibilities of a legislative assembly, member of a legislative assembly otherwise?
Member of a legislature, they attend the, if he's not a minister, they just attend the session, my lord. Nothing else. And if they are sometime meet committee members, that they function as a member of the committee. My lord, member of a legislative assembly is in a much wider, my lord, area. And council is in a very small area.
No, no.
Panchayat is.
I am saying repeatedly,
Yeah.
a keen.
Taking one. Understand, they only attend the session. only. That rule 38, my lord, the page 38, they say, my lord, you are an employee. If you are an employee, you have to resign. That, my lord, on that, my lord, issue, my lord, my respectful submission would be, my lord, he is not an employee and question of resignation doesn't arise. Because this is a nomination on the pleasure of the governor and he will go on the pleasure of the governor. Tomorrow the governor may say, please go. You resign. And they have allotted the same outlet to an elected member.
We are not examining
No, no,
any difficulty.
that also, my lord, Article
We-
14 also come. And besides this, my lord, he is not an employee. Your lordship will also consider what will happen if a member of a panchayat gets it, my lord.
Oh, don't, Panchayat is one thing,
Yes.
this is a constitutional post. That is a
Also-
statutory post.
Panchayat is also, my lord, constitutional. my lord. Panchayats are formed under constitution.
There is nothing laid down in the
Lord, I'm just
constitution.
showing, my lord, I'm just showing, my lord. If your lordship looks into that aspect of the matter, that any elected member or nominated member, whether they will be in a position to contest for this kind of dealership.
Yes, para 18.
Yes. Para 18, same employee
They are not
relationship.
but are elected.
Para 18, my lord, from below about 12 lines.
They are appointed.
The fact that the legislatures draw salary and allowances from the consolidated fund in terms of 106 of the Constitution and the law made by Parliament in that regard, it does not follow that a relationship of a full-time salaried employees of the government or otherwise is created. The legislatures receive payment in the form of salary and allowances or pension from the consolidated fund is not enough to debar them from practicing as advocates. Sons being a full-time salaried employee of the specified entities. They continue to remain only as members of the House, representing the territorial constituencies from where they have been elected until the House is dissolved or she resigns, including vacates the seats for having incurred disqualifications as may be prescribed. So on this ground, they said advocates are, MLA MPs, there is no bar on them part to practice in the bar and they are not employee. because there is no relationship between of employer-employee relationship. And here, my lord, he is a nominated member, your lordship will consider nominated member and question of my lord. And my lord, they get salaries. Whatever nominate, small amount of salary he gets, my lord, he said, no, I'm not accepting it also.
Let us see some acts are referred regarding salaries.
No, my lord, I'm X.
Some acts are referred. I have read. Your appointment is, nomination is at page 126.
126.
Now what is this member salary allowances? Act 1958. Nineteen 58. Salary. Caribbean loans. Yes, 73. This act says salary.
Okay.
58 act says it is a salary.
Yes, even MLA MPs also they say salary, my lord. Whatever salary he is entitled to get, he has given up. According to me, that question doesn't arise, but he has given up on his own. A salary doesn't mean that it creates a relationship of employer-employee. It has been discussed in that Ashwini Kumar's case.
That has been discussed in the context of Rule 49.
Yes,
Here is a case of distribution of public licenses.
oh, that yeah, I understand what is in your lordship's mind, my lord. Distribution
We
of
have to
public
s-
ledgers.
We have
Here-
to see that from that perspective as well as from other perspective also.
Yes, yes.
It is not a case that Ashwini Upadhyay will fit into the case wholly.
No, paragraph.
On all fours.
No, that is the page 119, your lordship, I'll read that again, paragraph 16. Page 119, paragraph 16.
One 119.
Paragraph 16. That with regard to the statement made in paragraph 18 of the writ petition, the deponent begs to state that as the selected candidate was not willing to resign from the nominated post of honorable member of the council, so his application was not processed. So they are saying he'll have to resign. Because there is a relationship between of employer and employee. So that is not correct according to me, because there is no relationship of employer and employee with the council and the present petitioner. Particularly taken into consideration his status of nomination. So that according to me is not necessary, because they cannot say that you resign and get it. You get it, but you resign. Resign because you are an employee of the council. That is not correct according to me. Employee is in a totally different status, my lord. And member of a nominated member of a council or elected member of the council, they are not, my lord, employee of the district council. And this is what they have said in their affidavit also.
What do you have relinquished?
Salary part.
There are other allowances also,
Salary and allowances we are not receiving. my lord.
because salary plus allowances. Now you have relinquished salary.
My lord,
What about-
if necessary, that also it can be released. if
No, no,
you have
we'll
not
look
done.
into every aspect, Mr. Das.
According to me,
We are not taking this case lightly.
no, according to
Just
me,
we'll gloss over.
no, according to me, my lord, even my lord, this relinquishment of salary is not necessary. He has done it on his own. But according to me, that is also not necessary.
We are in a case of distribution of public largesses by an instrumentality of the state.
Yes.
And when it comes to a case of public servant,
My lord, your-
whether who will set the role, author of the document is the best interpreter of their own
I understand.
brochure. That is the law. You were not into salary and all this aspect, even if what did they understand, court has to defer to the understanding. That is one interpretation of tender jurisprudence,
My
right?
lord, your lordship will kindly see, this is not a tender given by the council. It is a tender given by the central government.
IOC,
I
an
see.
instrumentality of the state.
State, but he is not he is no way connected with the state, my lord. He is a nominated member of the council who, my lord, has got very little, my lord, jurisdiction over some subjects, which is not connected with the subject matter in
We are
question.
more concerned with the region for not processing your application further,
This is
right?
what, this is what.
And they have referred to a particular part of the brochure,
My lord,
and they have interpreted that part of the brochure
my lord.
in such a manner that you are in employment, basically you are associated with council as a nominated member.
So therefore they are saying, no, you are not
That,
entitled.
and they need a person, that is what they are saying. It just on a cursory glance, that they need a person to run the petroleum outlet who can devote full time. That is what their statement appears to be in the affidavit perhaps. And to do that, they have said that you are a member of the council. So you have to come out of your role as a member. That is what they are trying to say perhaps. Now we have to examine that aspect only.
My lord. Yes, I think I placed all the materials which I,
Otherwise, what are the roles? Tell me, what are the any laid down roles and responsibilities of a member of Legislative Assembly?
legislative
Any
assembly,
idea?
my
Any
lord,
idea? Laid down. I am saying laid down.
laid down, I do not have. Member of a legislative assembly.
Just to understand.
My lord,
I am
what
not.
What I understand, one aspect of the matter, your lordship will kindly see, what is in your lordship's mind? That influencer, maybe he is an
No, no,
influencer.
no. I'm not on the.
No, no,
not on
maybe,
the-
my lord,
that stage you have crossed.
no,
By drop lots,
yes,
you have become the selected person.
key.
Mr. Das, I am not looking from the perspective
Yes,
of
yes,
influence.
yeah.
I'm not.
No, plus,
Don't think that.
no, plus also,
You have been selected in the drop lots.
plus my
So
lord.
far, so good.
Plus also, my lord, council, he is a member of the council. No way, my lord, influence of, doesn't arise, my lord.
No, I am making
Council,
the air clear
yes,
that I am not looking from the perspective of inserting any influence. You have
Well,
come successful in a drop lots.
plus I have
So,
a plot of
don't
land.
think that court is having any thing as regards influence. No,
Secondly,
absolutely not.
my lord, yeah, secondly, my lord, employer-employee relationship, my lord, he doesn't have.
That is
That
one
is
thing.
what your lordship will have to decide, whether he has an employer-employee relationship, full-time. What is the meaning of full-time? Doesn't mean that 24 hours I'll have to be there.
No, I am
And run it through my
slightly,
manager also.
slightly looking from the perspective that this man is otherwise undoubtedly a public servant.
Yes, my lord, from reading of
His
that.
roles and responsibilities otherwise, that is why I am asking him. Because had he been an elected MLA, that role is not confined to only attending the session. Because he has to look after his constituency.
My lord, your lordship.
But you are a nominated member, that part is not required.
Mala, I can just say it from my experience. I know some of the opposition lead MLAs, Mala, who doesn't have any role. I can say it.
That is a failure of the democracy.
They come and attend the session, they collect their dues and go back. They have no, but yes, but from a ruling party MLA, they will have that. So this is the, and here, my lord, he's a nominated member.
Huh.
Normally,
You are
session goes,
different. You are different from elected.
he's a nominated member. When no.
Will not
confidence
make any
motion is-
comment about this, all this.
Yeah, they are,
Regarding elected member, you are different.
I'm
You are
different, my
nominated.
lord, yes. And they have a
But
very
you
small
are a
role.
public servant.
Yes, public servant, my lord, if I go through that, your lordship has got the answer.
What is in the constitution a nominated member as regards nominated member?
That's paragraph 26A, my lord.
No, in the constitution. Lok Sabha also has nominated member.
Yes. Lok Sabha, Rajya
And
Sabha,
state legislature also perhaps.
yes.
Where is the provision regarding nominated member?
State legislature council have, I think. State council they have. Legislative assembly they do
Regarding
not have.
parliament, Rajya Sabha has.
Rajya
perhaps.
Sabha has, Lok Sabha doesn't have.
One. It is dubbed as what? Executive Parliament. Council of States, right? Rajya Sabha is known as Council of States.
Yes.
Council of States. 12 members
12
to be
nominated.
nominated by the president.
My lord, Council of my lord, states and a legislative member of parliament, member of legislative assembly, they are in a much better position, my lord. They get salaries, they get pensions, not like the council, my lord. Council get meager amount of salary, pension, I think they don't get it. They are in much higher stand, my lord. Other than in paragraph 80, I think article 80, my lord, there is no separate definitions of nomination member. No, I got some certain decision saying that the nominated members, they cannot vote. Your lordship wants that I can give. Latest is also there, 2023.
Okay, what is the act which speaks about this? Salary and allowances, 1958. Members means members, whether elected or nominated. I come to page 38 again. Retail outlet management.
Yes,
Uh, one paragraph starts with a person selected for dealership.
yes. Shall be paying attention.
Now,
to
next
what-
paragraph. Further, at the time of issuance of letter of appointment,
Yes.
LOI holder will have to give
notarized
notarized affidavit that
stating that
he is not employed in private sector
not doing any
or
salary,
is not drawing any salary, parks, emoluments from the.
state government, central government.
So this is somewhat different from the first paragraph. Otherwise, the employer-employee relationship, it is spoken in first paragraph.
Yes.
He is not drawing any salary, parks, emoluments from the state government. The LOI holder will also affirm that during the tenure of the dealership, he will not take up any employment in private sector also, or will not draw any salary parks emoluments from the state and central government. What do you say about that?
My lord, if your lordship will have to read it from the above paragraph also. We say
You mean-
that if you are an employee,
Whether it is to be read in combined jointly.
combined
or-
jointly,
Right.
combined jointly.
Maybe your submission combined.
Combined.
What is about this? Not drawing any salary parks emoluments from state
Central
or
government.
central. Because constitution, yes,
That-
parliament, Rajya Sabha, so and so,
Well,
but this is council is akin to, they have some characteristic of legislative assembly,
yes, they have.
and it is a, say, it is born out of sixth schedule to the
Well-
constitution of India, otherwise.
Yes,
So it is akin to, somewhat akin to a legislative assembly.
my lord.
Now, what do you say about this? Is not drawing any salary, it not only confined to salary, parks, emoluments from state or central government. It has to be read as council instead of state or central government. Appendix 4.
My lord, they have not asked me to give this affidavit. That you are not, that he is not employed in any private sector or is not drawing any salary parks emoluments from the state central government. My lord, parks is not their salary part, he has given up. So if they ask me to give a affidavit to this extent, my lord, I think the appropriate affidavit can be filed. The LOI holder will also affirm that during the tenure of dealership will not take up any employment in private sector or will not draw any salary parks emoluments from state central government. So he has given up his salary. Parks, he doesn't have it. And whatever is required to be done, I think he would have given it, my lord, he filed an affidavit saying that you are not drawing it. But what they are saying is that you resign. Taking into consideration that employee-employee relationship. At paragraph 16 of page 119, I think I have read, my lord. They want that only. That as the selected was not willing to resign from the nominated post. There is no letter from their part that you give this certificate. Really,
111, they stopped at an earlier stage.
Yes,
They did not go to the LOI stage.
yeah.
Before that, they
But
stopped.
before that,
On 17 to 2023.
probably
they stopped.
somebody advised them that you give up your salary. So therefore, he has given up his salary. It may be, somebody must have advised him because according to me, if you take into consideration employee-employee relationship, giving up salary doesn't meet the situation. Man.
Certified. But is not there.
Page 119, paragraph 16 is there stand. So this is not a central government asset, my lord, which my lord petitioner is my lord looking for. And if he is barred from this kind of things, anybody will be barred because central government tomorrow some other project will be there. I think my lord, there is no bar on their part to. Bar has to come from the council, my lord, that you cannot participate there.
No, otherwise, this is distribution of public largesse.
Yes, ma'am, I understand that.
That the role of the bidders and the awarding authority. The relationship is governed by this only.
Yes.
At the pre-LOI stage or
My lord.
entering into the relationship,
Here
contract.
what has happened is, my lord, one has to provide
They have
that.
come up with a view.
Yeah,
They have come up with a view that you are a nominated member of a council. So you are receiving salary from council, and otherwise, as per this clause 6, they are interpreting in such a manner that meaning thereby you are not eligible to be awarded retail petroleum outlet. That
Unless-
is as per their brochure. That is they have
Unless
come
you-
up with a view.
unless you resign.
That is their view.
Yeah.
And you have controverted it. Now we have to decide
Yeah,
that issue only.
that is
Yes,
Very
then
small area.
I may not, because it has some larger other consequences also at some time. Sometimes consequences may flow. Yes, what
Well,
is?
your lordship will take into consideration that the subject matter of tender is not within the jurisdiction of the council. That your lordship has got it, my lord. Subject matter of the tender is not within the jurisdiction of the council. And similar, my lord, their main contention is that you resign from the post because I am in an employer-employee relation. The lordship will take into, I'm not submitting any decision on this.
No,
my
we
lord,
may
that-
not, because this
Yes.
situation has come to my,
my-
I may not today conclude because
Well,
some questions may arise because I do not know what is the roles and responsibilities of a MLA.
my-
That is what, if it is laid down somewhere, I'll examine, I would like to examine. Yes.
My lord, so far as the
Rules of MLMP. Your lordship will also, I think your lordship has already noted, my lord, that an elected member has also been given that. coupon.
Now, so far as, my lord, the role of the council, power of the council that your lordship finds in sixth schedule,
Yes.
sixth schedule clause 3. The powers are laid down there to make laws and other development activities. But then, my lord, so far as the emoluments and other parks and whatever they get, that is not, my lord, defined here. And your lordship was considering clause 6. Because my learned friend has made a submission that if we require him to make a file an affidavit that he will not be taking the emoluments, he is not taking, he says. The other parks also he can forego. For that, I'll try to draw your lordship's attention to clause 6 again, my lord. Clause 6 at page 38. Your lordship has just read that.
Whether, just asking a query, whether after submission of his this say council affidavit, whether your position is somewhat diluted.
It has not, my lord. I'll show your lordship because one of the here.
So if you have changed the standpoint, then no, that court is not required to enter into, because there is an order of the KAC that he has voluntarily relinquished monthly salary. Right?
Yes,
Whether that satisfied your demand.
it does not, my lord.
Okay.
I'll come to that, my lord.
Okay.
First, your clause 6 speaks of appendix 4. Clause 6, second para.
Appendix 4.
Your lordship will kindly come to the, my lord, appendix 4 at page 83.
83. Okay.
This is the affidavit the candidates required to submit. Notarized affidavit from the applicant with regard to the employment in private sector, drawal of salary, perks, emoluments from state central government. Now, paragraph 2, it says that I have applied for RO dealership of Indian Oil Corporation, Bharat Petroleum so and so in location district, and the oil company has issued letter of intent for the said retail outlet dealership by letter number so and so. I hereby declare that I am neither employed in private sector nor drawing any salary, perks, emoluments from the state central government. So, my lord, this clause 3 declaration he has already given. Now the dates will be important,
He has not given.
my lord.
He has not given.
He has
Yes.
given it, my lord. This has to
Huh?
go along with the.
No, no. The oil company has issued letter of intent for the retail outlet dealership height letter reference number so and so.
Yes.
That is not forthcoming.
Appendix 4, the requirement is that at the
When
time of
he is
issuance of
to-
letter of intent. Yes.
No, to be submitted by individual
After the-
LOI holder.
After the alloy holder. Now, my lord,
He
before
is not
that-
an LOI holder, perhaps.
He is not. He is yet to be. Before
He is
that,
yet
my
to
lord-
submit this affidavit.
Yes. Before that, my lord, we have come to know that, my lord, he is employed. But page 96 affidavit he has submitted. Page 96, if your lordship comes to page 96, clause 13. That is a part of the application, clause 13. That I hereby confirm that I will neither take up any other employment nor will draw any salary, perks, emoluments from the state central government upon my appointment as a dealer. If I am already employed, I will resign from the employment and produce the proof of acceptance of resignation by my employer before acceptance of letter of appointment to be issued by the oil company. And this is what is, my lord, reflected in the imperial order. Now, this will be important because at that point of time, this declaration she would have given because the advertisement was issued on 25/11/2018. The dates will be relevant. In 2018, the advertisement was made, and on 26/8/2022, the draw of lots were held.
Where is it drop loss letter?
Page 105,
105.
105, 106.
At page 106, it is stated, we are pleased to inform you that based on draw of lots for the selection of retail outlet dealership for the above location held on so and so, you have been declared as selected. So this is on 25th of August 2022.
25th of August. Okay, 26th. 25th or 26th?
26th, it has been communicated.
Okay.
Here the date says it was held on 25th of August.
Okay, 25th of August.
August.
And 26th communicated.
26 communicated. Now, the petitioner took his oath as nominated member on 8/7/2022.
None. It's oath.
8/7/22 that your lordship will find in the affidavit of the Karbi-Anglong District Council
Page?
at paragraph 6, page 4 of the affidavit. No question.
Okay, oath on 8/7.
On 8/7/2022. That means that prior to this election, the petitioner has already
Became a nominated member.
yes, it already taken oath. Therefore, when clause 13 at page 96 was given, that undertaking was given, the petitioner was not a nominated member, but before this election, he has become a nominated member. And the relinquishing his monthly salary was from 1/11/2022. After this election,
Relinquishment.
1/11/2022. Therefore, the filing of the submitting the application at that point of time, he was not a member. But before this election, he had taken oath. And after this election in November, the salary has been relinquished.
This
Now the
is,
question-
this clause 13 is in the affidavit, is in the form of an affidavit.
Yes,
Okay, affidavit.
it has to be in the form of affidavit.
Mm.
The clause. 13 I think that is at page 44, the relevant clause. Clause 11 at page 44. The applicant should submit an affidavit in the standard format confirming facts as per Appendix 10A and Appendix 10B for individual 10A.
So your view is that whether the petitioner being a nominated member of the council is in employment.
He's holding an office of profit.
Is it an office of profit?
It's an office of profit because not only the emoluments, because the clause says emoluments and other perks and other benefits they are enjoying. I'll just try to rely on the judgment of Jaya Bachchan's case one paragraph if your lordship permits me. I'd like to read that. Yeah. Jaya Bachchan for Nahanda.
It is an office of profit.
It is an office of profit.
Jaya Bachchan.
It's an office of profit.
Okay.
2006 5 SCC. Page 266.
266.
What is it
Jaya
for?
Bachchan.
Jaya Bachchan versus Union of India. I'll just read one paragraph, paragraph 11. If she permits me.
Yes.
A careful examination of the decisions relied upon by the learned counsel on the petitioner shows that each of those cases turned into its own facts and did not lay down any proposition of law contrary to what has been laid down in a series of decisions in Ravanna, Sabanna, and Shibu Soren. It is well settled that where the office carries with it certain emoluments or the order of appointment states that the person appointed is entitled to certain emoluments, then it will be an office of profit. Even if the holder of the office chooses not to draw such emoluments, what is relevant is whether pecuniary gain is receivable in this regard, in regard to the office, and not whether pecuniary gain is in fact received or
Okay,
received.
receivable. Receivable.
In paragraph 12 further it states that in case noticeable, the office carries with a monthly honorarium of rupees 5,000, entertainment expenditure 10,000, staff car with driver, telephone at the office, and residence free accommodation and medical treatment facilities for self, family member, other benefits. So it is the receivable emolument. What is the cleansing factor? Not whether one has received that or not. Your Lordship need not go into the question whether this is an office of profit or not, but this aspect, paragraph 11, my lord, may I place it? And what the IOC is asking, whether you are willing to resign or not. If you resign, you become eligible. If you don't resign, you don't become eligible. In fact, in a communication, I think that is annexed, no? Because the petitioner is not giving up the other other benefits except the emoluments.
He's saying in paragraph page 113 that this is not an office of profit.
Let it not be office of profit, but receiving emoluments that clause 6 and clause 13.
Receivable.
Submission will be that you cannot have the cake and eat it too. You choose between the dealership or your membership.
Paragraph 11.
11 and 12. And IOC is bound by the guidelines, so we have to conform to the guidelines. That is my limited subject. And these guidelines hold not only in respect of IOC only, all the oil companies follow the same set of guidelines.
Yeah, Supreme Court has observed that the petitioner is affluent or not is not the relevant fact. Yes, Mr. Duff.
This office of profit matter is totally different from this case. Your Lordship, that is for the consideration of a nomination of a contesting election matter.
2019 11 SSC, which paragraph you are relying?
I'm relying on paragraph, my lord, 1, 4, 7, 10, and 15.
1, 4, 7, 10.
15,
Yes.
17, 18. And regarding your lordship, kindly note this to date. My lord, advertisement was dated 25/11/18.
25,
11/18.
11, 2018.
18. So page 44, your lordship will kindly see. This is the format, I think. Para 11, that clause 11, affidavit. Applicant should submit an affidavit in the standard format confirming facts as per so and so. This was at the time of submission of the application.
That clause 13.
Clause 11.
And the
13
affidavit,
comes page 90, yes,
affidavit is form XA.
yes.
XA or XB?
XA
XA.
and page
That
96.
is page
96 is the,
90. It
Six.
starts from page 95.
yes. That I hereby, clause 13, I hereby confirm that I will neither take up any other employment nor will. So I have not taken up employment, but this is my submission. If I have taken a nominated, if I have been nominated by the governor, I have not taken up any employment. That nominated conformment of this nominated member of the council is not an employment,
Not an employer.
not an employment. And this is the affidavit which I have given at the time of submission of the application. That is in the year 2018. Then thereafter they say you resign. They did not say that you give up your salaries, etc., parks, etc. No parks. He doesn't get any parks. He gets salaries that he has given up. Parks means all this parks cars and all, he doesn't get anything. And if he says, no, no, you give up, you are getting this, you give up that, that is a different matter. This kind of letter hasn't come to the petitioner. So therefore, my humble submission for your lordship is that, my lord, their action of not processing the petitioner's application only on the ground that he resigned from the post, otherwise you will not get it. That is not proper, I think. And similarly, my lord, they have given to another elected member in that Golaghat area. So this is actually arbitrary, and therefore their letter in question, my lord, impugn letter is liable to be raised. In Joy Bachchan case, I have already said, it's a misplaced. This.
Mr. Das, we don't have this book with us.
The lordship may retain it.
Mr. Sharma or can collect it. Yes,
Keep it as a very closely guarded secret.
Yes, because I have been requesting Mr. Shutia, J. Shutia, standing counsel, KSC, please provide this book to the court so that some issues
We are also handicapped in submitting before the.
very, what is that? Exclusive. Yes, Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. You are the main. What affidavit? Yes.
As per our affidavit, lordship, the petitioner was nominated as MSc on
Your affidavit runs from page
page 121, lordship.
121.
Your lordship, kindly see paragraph 6, lordship. May I read, lordship? That the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council enacted Karbi Anglong District Member Salary and Allowance Act 1958 to provide the salary and allowance of members of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. Section 2 of the Act defines that the members means the members whether elected or nominated to the Autonomous Council. Section 3 provides for payment or salary and allowances. The petitioner took oath as nominated member of the 13th Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council on 8/7/2022 and was drawing his salary till October 2022. The petitioner has voluntarily relinquished from drawing his monthly salary with effect from 1/11/2022. The Principal Secretary, Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council approved the voluntary relinquishment of his monthly salary of the petitioner, white number 1/11/2022, white order number so and so, dated so and so. The petitioner is a nominated member of Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council and he is not an employee of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. So this is our stand.
You are standing council KSC.
Yes.
Any parties left? No. Mr. Das, we will come back. We will dictate the factual part. We will leave the issue.
Yep.
Otherwise, less I'll forget.
Well,
Mr. Das may be there. So that facts are not
I'll.
proper,
I'll
facts
do.
are properly reflected.
Well, that is what,
We'll keep this other part.
yes, it's always better.
One small, just one point, matter, what my learned friend just pointed out. It said that members, the definition of members contains both nominated.
I have seen.
Okay.
The petitioner has instituted the instant repetition under Article 226 of the Constitution of India. Assailing a letter bearing number TPO and pair dated 17/2/2022. Issued by the respondent number 2. Setting aside and causing of a letter bearing number issued by the respondent number 2. And has sought for a direction in a nature mandamus to the respondent authorities in the Indian Oil Corporation Limited. Award the retail outlet dealership at the location, Deepu Town, not NH, stroke, SH, District Karbi Anglong. Para. The respondent number 1, Indian Oil Corporation Limited. A public sector oil marketing company. Published An advertisement. On 25/11/2018. Inviting applications from eligible persons for appointment as a dealer in respect of a retail outlet dealership in the state of Assam for the location, comma, Difu town, not on NH stroke SH, comma, district Karbi Anglong. Full stop. The advertisement mentioned that retail outlet dealership would be awarded to a candidate belonging to the scheduled tribe category. So, in response to, I'm recording the facts. The petitioner hearing responded to the said advertisement by submitting his application along with all the necessary supporting documents. It was on Mr. Borders, please note the dates. Huh? It was on 4 July 2021. So this is the application which was registered as application A capital REF R capital number 1545538225795. It was on 4/7/2021, comma. The petitioner was intimate that he had been qualified for drop lots for selection of retail outlet dealership for the location. What he took location, the location for short. The petitioner was requested to be present personally along with other documents at the address mentioned therein on 14/7/2021. Full stop. Full stop. The three. for drop lots. Full stop. However, the drop lots scheduled on 14/7/2021 was deferred, and same was again scheduled on 27/8/2021 at Hotel Royal Highness Khaitan Plaza, Tinsukia, which fact was intimated to the petitioner by another communication dated 17/8/2021. Full stop. The drop lots was thereafter held on. There is some confusion, 104, page 104. And 106. One zero six says that on 25/8,
Yeah,
okay,
but again-
thereafter again postponed
Again-
perhaps.
again-
Okay. The drop loss scheduled on 27/8/2021 was again deferred, and finally the drop lots was held on 25/8/2022 at the venue, Jubilee Hall, IOCL Township, Nunmati, Guwahati. Subsequent to the drop lots held on 25/8/2022, the petitioner was informed about the result of the drop lots for retail outlet dealership at the location by a communication dated 26/8/2022. By the communication dated 26/8/2022, the petitioner was informed that in the drop lots held on 25/8/2022, the petitioner had been declared as selected. It was further informed that the same was only a preliminary intimation towards selection of the petitioner for the retail outlet dealership. And the award of dealership would be subject to compliance of terms and conditions of the IOCL. After his selection in the drop lots, the petitioner was informed by a communication dated 11/11/2022 that the land evaluation committee would visit the site offered by the petitioner at the subject location, at the subject location for inspection. The petitioner was asked to be present personally at the site along with relevant documents. The land evaluation committee had thereafter made the inspection sorry, the inspection was however deferred to inspection by the land Infrastructure Committee was deferred to 8/12/2022. Is it correct?
The land evaluation is one thing. and-
Okay,
and
okay, okay,
FBC
okay,
is one thing.
okay. Nalage, full stop. Petitioner was informed by a communication dated 28/11/2022 that to the effect that the officers of the IOCL would pay a visit on 8/12/2022 for carrying out field verification of credentials within bracket MPC. And the petitioner was asked to be present personally along with all the original documents submitted in connection with his application for retail outlet dealership for the purpose of verification by those officers. Full stop. After completion of the process of field verification of credentials within bracket FBC, the petitioner was the respondent, sorry, the respondent number 2 issued the impugned letter bearing number so dated 17/2/2023. In connection with award of retail outlet dealership for the subject location. By the said letter, it was informed to the petitioner that during field verification of credentials carried out on 8/12/2022, it was established that the petitioner was a member of Karmi Anglong Autonomous Council full stop. The respondent number 2 further mentioned that as per the dealer selection guidelines dated 24/11/2018, selected candidate would not be eligible for taking up any employment. Full stop. If the selected candidate was already employed, he/she would have to resign from the employment and produce letter of acceptance or resignation by the employer before issuance of letter of appointment by the respondent IOCL. Full stop. A reference was made to an order dated 7/12/2022 issued by the Karmi Anglong Autonomous Council, whereby the council granted approval to voluntary relinquishment of the monthly salary by the petitioner. Full stop. It was conveyed that under the extant EXTALT industry dealer selection guidelines, comma, there was no provision for award of dealership to any individual for surrendering of benefits like salary stroke parts stroke emoluments from the central stroke state governments, comma, while the said individual continued to be an elected representative. Full stop. The petitioner was asked to submit a confirmation by 28/02/2023 stating whether he would be willing to resign from the nominated post of what is MSc? Member, post of member, comma, Autonomous Council, comma, Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, so that the petitioner's candidature could be considered for further selection process. It was further conveyed that in the event of failure to submit such confirmation, comma, the petitioner's application stroke candidature would be made ineligible and the selection of candidate for the subject location would be made from the remaining lot of applicants. Full stop. Para. I have heard Mr. B.D. Das, learned senior counsel, assisted by Mr. H.R. Das, learned counsel for the petitioner, semicolon, Mr. M.K. Chaudhuri, senior counsel assisted by Mr. P. Bharadwaj, learned counsel for the respond number 1 and 2, and Mr.
R.S. Ronghang.
R.S. Ronghang, learned standing counsel, Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council for the respondent number 1. Para. Please point out if I miss any of your submission. The learned counsel for the parties are not in disagreement that process of selection of a dealer for a petroleum retail outlet are governed by the brochure for selection of dealers for regular Roman and rural retail outlets dated 24/11/2018, comma, issued by three oil marketing companies, VIJ, Indian Oil Corporation Limited, Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, and Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited. What's up? The learned counsel for the parties are also not in disagreement that the petitioner had otherwise fulfilled the eligibility criteria for individual applicants. Eligibility criteria laid down in respect of individual applicants. Within bracket proprietorship. In clause 4 of the brochure. The Board of Contention between the parties is with regard to what is it called? Clause or something? Clause. Clause 6 of the brochure, of which read is under page 38. A to A. Full stop. Absolutely. Oh, Mr. Das Lanet Senior Counsel. Appearing for the petition has submitted that the region cited by the respondent IOCL authorities for not processing the application of the petitioner to not process the application of the petitioner further are clearly arbitrary and untenable. Full stop. It is his contention that at the time of submission of the application, no, it is his contention that the petitioner is only a nominated member of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. Full stop.
8722.
Full stop. He has further submitted that the petitioner was not a nominated member at the time of submission of the application. Full stop. It was only on 7/7/2000. It was only on 7/7/2022, comma, the petitioner was appointed as a nominated member to the 13th Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council by notification of event date issued by the Hill Areas Department, Government of Assam. Full stop. The as such nominated member, the petitioner was entitled to a nominal sum as what?
Well, it is written here, Lordship, salary.
Okay. As monthly salary since his date of appointment. But he had voluntarily relinquished the monthly salary as a entitled as a nominated member of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, WEF 1/11/2022. And the said fact is clearly reflected from an order bearing number so and so dated 7/12/2022, page 127. Issued by the Principal Secretary, Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. Full stop. Thus, it is clear that on and from 1/11/2022, the petitioner was not receiving any monthly salary as a nominated member of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. Full stop. Mr. Das has further contended that a nominated member is not under any employment with the respondent Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. And there was is no existence of employee-employer relationship between the petitioner and the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. Full stop. Yes. I've got the book. I have kept it preserved actually. I got the book. You have got a book. Your book. He has referred to to buttress his submissions, he has referred to the various provisions of the Assam Autonomous Districts within bracket Constitution of District Councils bracket rules 1951 within bracket the 1951 rules and or the rules 1951 more particularly to rule 6 3 within bracket thereof. Full stop. He has submitted that it is evident from Rule 6.3 that a nominated member continues to hold his office at the pleasure of the governor. Full stop. With such contentions, comma, no, he has submitted that in such backdrop, comma, the respondent IOCL authorities had clearly erred to hold that the petitioner was under any employment of the with the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. By taking resort to clause 6 of the brochure. Full stop. As the relationship of the petitioner with the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council was stroke is not an employee-employer relationship, comma, the decision of the respondent IOC authorities, comma, as reflected in the impugned letter dated 17/2/2023, comma, not to process the application of petitioner further, comma, despite his selection in the drop lots, comma, is clearly arbitrary and irrational, and unjustified. Full stop. As regards the role of a nominated member, comma, as regards the duties and functions of a nominated member comma he has referred to a letter dated 13/10/2023 of the Deputy Secretary to the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, Legislative Department, Difu, to submit that the petitioner in the preceding session of the council, was required to attend the session only for 4 days. And the petitioner was not a member of any committee stroke commission of the council. Does, the contention sought to be, does the region sought to be made by the responding IOC authorities that yes, any other apart from the decision?
That page 132, my lord.
32.
Para 4, last part, my lord.
He has submitted that the petitioner was stroke is not required to discharge any full-time duties and his membership, nominated membership in the council would not come in the way in the management of the day-to-day, in the day-to-day management of the retail outlet dealership. If the letter of intent he issued in his paper. Full stop.
That page
Reliance
132, my lord, page 132. I have also submitted. Page 132, the second paragraph. The Madhurjo Dhekial Phukon, elected member has been.
Okay. By referring to the matter of award of another retail outlet dealership to an elected member of the council on 25/2022. It is contended that in the said case, the respondent IOC authorities had awarded retail outlet dealership. But in the case of the petitioner, they have adopted, they have meted out a discriminatory treatment, which is in violation of Article 14 of the Constitution. Full stop. In support to buttress, sorry, Reliance, to buttress his submissions, he has referred to the decision of the Honorable Supreme Court of India in Ashwini Kumar Upadhyay versus Union of India and another, reported in 2019-11 SSC 683, which had deliberated about the relationship or other deliberated about the exact nature of relationship between legislators and the government. I think this is sum and substance of your submission.
Yes. There is no influencing, my lord, circumstances.
We are not,
I mean that, because your lordship raised it.
I'm not, I have made it clear
My
that
lord.
question of
No,
influence
it
is,
comes in.
had it been in the previous, because that is by lottery.
So
So,
normally, my lord, the council should make a rule saying that if you go for this, that, your nomination will go or election member will go. Like a member of parliament and all. Legislative assembly, Article 102. That's a different matter. But here it's a simple
distribution
thing.
of public
Yes,
largesse.
that's a
Mr.
problem.
Ordas will accord to your submission. So otherwise, I have to deal with the issues.
My lord,
Your part is over.
I-
You are free.
problem.
Mr. One of your associate may.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there will be there. Problem.
Mr. M.K. Chaudhary. Learned Senior Counsel. Appealing for the respondents. IOC law service. Has submitted that. The draw clause for selection of the dealer for the petroleum dealer of dealership, petroleum outlet dealership was held on 25/8/2020. Whereas the petitioner to vote as a nominated member of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council on 8/7/2020. Yes, submitted that at the time of submission of the application of an application in response to the advertisement dated 25/11/2018, comma, an applicant was required to submit a notarized affidavit comma, as prescribed in appendix XA. Full stop. Clause A of the notarized affidavit within bracket and appendix XA requires the applicant to confirm that he would neither take up any other employment, nor withdraw any salary, stroke parts, page 96, emoluments from state, stroke, central government upon his appointment as a dealer. Full stop. The state clause further has further provided that if the applicant is already employed, he has to resign from the employment and produce proof of acceptance of resignation by the employer from the acceptance of the letter of appointment to be issued by the IOCL. The petitioners this is contention that as soon as the petitioner accepted his appointment as a nominated member of the council, he is entitled to salary, stroke parts, stroke emoluments from the council. And the matter of salary, stroke allowances, etc., are governed by the provisions of a statute. Full stop. Attention is also drawn to and to a form of an affidavit required to be submitted by a letter of intent holder in the form prescribed by Appendix Roman 4. By the said affidavit, a letter of intent holder is required to declare that he is neither employed in the private sector nor draws any salary, stroke parts, stroke emoluments from state, stroke central government. It is contended that Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council is a council constituted under paragraph 2 of the 6th schedule to the Constitution of India. Full stop. Subparagraph 1 of paragraph 2 of the 6th schedule is has provided for constitution of a district council like the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. Full stop. As Full stop. Mm, subparagraph 1 of paragraph 2 has further provided for nomination. Further provided for nomination of members to a district council by the governor. And as such, the petitioner's appointment and continuation as a nomination member is under a constitutional provision. Full stop. A submission is advanced to the effect that judgment to control Jaya Bachchan. Zoya Bachchan. What else do you have there? मतलब खावा इसको. Yes. Report from the I do. Not before that. Though the petitioner had relinquished to receive monthly salary as a nominated member of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, WEF 111/2022. He is continuing as a member of the council till date. Full stop. A submission is advanced to the effect that it is not relinquishment of the salary, stroke allowances, stroke emoluments, etc. associated with the nominated member of the council, which is relevant, but it is the salary, allowances, stroke emoluments, etc., which is receivable in regard to the receivable by a nominated member of the council, which is of relevance. Full stop. It has full stop. To buttress such submission, reliance is placed in the decision of the Honorable Supreme Court of India, titled Jaya Bachchan versus Union of India and others, reported in 2006, 5 SSC, 266. Full stop. The matter of, it is his further submission that the matter of selection and appointment of a dealer for petroleum retail dealership is governed by the provisions of the brochure and in the case in hand, it is clause 6. Which has fallen for consideration. Full stop. It is his submission that the selected person selected for the dealership is required to pay attention to a day-to-day working of the dealership by personally managing the affairs of the dealership. Full stop. It has been submitted that the matter of appointment of a dealer is not only looked at is not only to be looked from the perspective of an applicant, but also to be looked from the standpoint of the employer, IOCL, who has been entrusted, who has the responsibility to appoint the dealer. Any other submission?
That second part of clause 6, my lord.
Hmm.
If the selected person is already employed, he or she will have to resign from the employment
Hmm.
before the
It is.
before the letter of appointment. We have
It
cleared
is.
that-
It has been contended that a nominated member of the council even it is assumed that he is not in direct employment of the council, but as a member, as a nominated member of the council, he has duties and responsibility to discharge as a public servant. Full stop. The interpretation, the word employment, quote unquote, appearing in clause 6 of the brochure has to be sorry, the interpretation of the word, quote unquote, employment appearing in clause 6 of the brochure is to be best left for interpretation by the authority issuing the letter of intent And if two interpretation is possible, comma, interpretations are possible, comma, it is the interpretation which is made by the employer of the author of the of the employer, which is to be accepted. Anything?
We have given him the liberty to resign
Huh.
before the letter of appointment as per the second part. of
By
clause
the imperial letter dated 17 to 2023, comma, the petitioner was given the option to resign from the membership of the council so that his candidature could be considered for further selection process. Full stop. As the petitioner has not resigned from the membership of the council and instead has instituted the present writ petition, comma, the petitioner's candidature for dealership in respect of the petroleum outlet dealership at the subject location has not been processed further. Mr. Ronghang, learned standing council, Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, has submitted that the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council is constituted under paragraph 2 of the 6th schedule to the Constitution of India. And 4 number of persons can be nominated to the council by the governor. The matter of nomination is also reflected in Assam autonomous districts within bracket Constitution of District Councils bracket close rules 1951 and the Karbi Anglong district within bracket members' salary and allowances bracket close Act 1958 comma as amended. Full stop. He has submitted that the petitioner took oath as nominated member of the 13th Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council on 8/7/2022 and was drawing his salary till October 2022. Full stop. The petitioner had voluntarily relinquished from drawing his monthly salary WEF 11/2022 and the principal secretary, Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council approved the voluntary relinquishment of the monthly salary by the petitioner WEF 1/11/2022 via an order dated 7/12/2022. Full stop. He has submitted that the petitioner is not an employee petitioner. Now, my nominated member of the council is not an employee of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. Yes, anything to add, Mr. Das, from your side? I have considered, I have considered the learned commissions of the learned council for parties. Also. I have also gone to the materials brought on record by the parties to their meetings. I think part so and so.
Para,
Argument is concluded.
para 6 of his affidavit, what he submitted, madam. That member, definition of member constitutes both nominated and elected.
We'll address.
Well,
We'll address that. I have taken note of.
Yes.
So and so. Argument is contradicted. Judgment is in some. So these are some in substance of your submissions. Reserved. এখন লাগিব দেই আমার এখনো লাগিব
Item number 6.
May it please, your lordship. Lordship, this is a matter whereby
1 minute, Oscar. One thing. Okay. For item 12, Mr. Talvade is available or somebody on his behalf. Yes. 12. Madam, we will not be sitting at 3 o'clock. Matter is fixed at 3 o'clock. Court will rise prior to that. So find out a date of your convenience, right? Ask Mr. Talvade. Yes. Yes, Mr. Ross. Okay.
Lordship, in this matter, the petitioner is running an NGO, your lordship, and he has been designated as the designated government designated NGO running a halfway home for mentally ill persons in Kachar district
Oh.
since 2018, your lordship. For the purpose of running this mentally home for mentally ill person, he has taken a building on rent
Okay.
and he is utilizing that building for this purpose, your lordship.
Institution registered as
Unfortunately,
which is stated to be involved for taking care of persons with disability or with mental. Actually, we are concerned with first on the first day regarding sealing of your premises. Stopping you from running this home is one matter.
one matter.
But suppose one person has taken a premise to run an institution. Now that has been, suppose you are stopped from running
Lordship, it may
such a home.
yes,
That is one aspect.
one aspect.
But sealing the premises, for what purpose is it required? I have asked that question of you.
Yes.
To me, madam. Yes, because yes, he may be stopped from running this institution of this under section 50 and 51 of the Right of Person with Disabilities Act. Taking care of persons with disabilities and with mental illness. They may have done some wrong. We are not into it. Somebody died or somebody. We are basically concerned with the fact that the premises has been sealed. He may be stopped from running. But what purpose will be served by sealing the premises? That is first question. Is it required for further period?
I don't think so, my lord. But one thing, my lord, the facts and circumstances leading to the closure of the home, my lord. Because, my lord, one ill person, mentally ill person was mentally ill person died, my lord. And the relative of that person, my lord, filed an FIR. And ultimately, post-report, post-mortem, all these things were done, my lord. And on the basis of the FIR file as such, my lord, a case was registered and the caretaker of the home was arrested and he was under judicial custody. And the district, on behalf of the administration, my lord, visited the home, my lord, and found something not smoothly running the.
All right,
so-
whatever you have found inside the premises,
My lord.
you
That is
seize,
why
you
shifted-
seize everything.
Yes. That is why, my lord, shifted all other my lord, mentally
Okay.
ill persons, my lord, to another.
We are
home.
not
That
concerned.
is the background, my lord.
We are concerned with the welfare of those people.
My lord.
But prayer, please come to the prayer.
Yes, yes, I have seen, my lord. In this regard, my lord, since district administration has taken the step for the well-being of the mentally ill person, my lord, lordship may direct the district administration to take up the matter appropriately and to pass.
No,
the
come to the prayer.
My lord,
Prayer one.
my lord.
And what is your prayer in the representation, Mr.? In the representation, what is your prayer?
Food and civil supplies.
It's page number 38, your lordship.
38.
8.
Wrongful, my lord.
To reopen and unseal the campus, your lordship. The
Huh?
campus is a building, it is a building taken on rent, your lordship. He is paying for the last 1 year, he has to pay the.
Basically, unseal the campus. Basically, the prayer is to unseal the campus
From the first.
and not to run. Mr. Loskar,
Lordship.
whether you want to run,
No, unseal the campus, and for not running, your lordship, they may issue shock cause or not. That it was.
basically to unseal the premises. Not to allow them to run the home for mentally ill person.
And that
Or
was,
perhaps it is a
my lord,
tenant-
that was not the intention of the authority, I think. my lord.
perhaps it is a tenanted premise.
Tenanted.
My lord,
And because of sealing,
my lord.
he is paying the rent because the owner is demanding money.
Yeah.
And if the premises is unsealed,
My lord.
then owner can rent it to some other person. These are the difficult.
Lord, according to the affidavit file, my lord.
Otherwise, Mr. Dan will go into the deep that whether this man has the authority to seal.
No shock cause, nothing, and till date also they have not given us then as to why our campus has been sealed.
Sealing is a bit drastic.
Even if they don't want us to run the NGO, they should or at least inform us that we have visited and we have.
We
found-
are not into your running into the NGO. We are into unsealing the premises because your reputation is only that.
And also return back the inmates who have been shifted there from.
Huh?
This is.
Then will issue notice. We'll
Only, my lord,
then if
that-
you want inmates also, then we'll go into that.
For that, your lordship.
At paragraph 8 to the affidavit, my lord, file as such, it appears, my lord, later on they said, magistrates in the campus of the home after simping the available inmates. to
That
the- and the
requires
home, namely
inquiry,
so and so,
submission of
so and so.
inquiry report.
And then silver line.
Person of Disabilities Act.
Because lordship.
If somebody has the power to appoint,
Lordship.
he has the power to cancel.
Definitely, your lordship. He has the.
Whether he has violated principles of natural justice, we'll
Nothing.
look into it.
Even today also, your lordship, no shock cause, nothing has been given to us.
Yeah, because of that situation, it was sealed, madam.
No,
That
it-
is why
it-
I have also submitted before lordship, my lord.
So that is what I have asked. What are the provision, Mr. to close or cancel or suspend?
Because under what provision of law they have exercised the power, that has also not been told to us. Even we are under the impression.
You as a council, please tell
Lordship,
me,
lordship. Now, we are under the impression initially that the police might have for the investigation.
you as a council,
Lordship.
while preparing the
Yes.
revision, have gone through these provisions of this act. At least tell me that what kind of power those authorities wield. Who is the competent authority?
There is a requirement of constitution of a board, your lordship.
Under section 49?
Lordship.
Who? Chapter 9,
Lordship.
Social, I think social, earlier it was social welfare, but
a state government has to appoint.
yes,
Thing will not do because it should be by notification.
yes.
Then
Now-
after appointment of competent authority, thereafter registration, right? Registration to establish and maintain an institution for persons with disabilities. Then thereafter comes the application and grant of certificate of registration. Then section 52, revocation of registration. Now whether there is any power to suspend,
Here is a case, my lord, there was no suspension as such, except the ceiling for the timing, my lord.
that is what, where is this power of sealing?
My lord. Because of the situation occurred,
But there is no revocation or suspension.
revocation.
Where is your registration?
It was in fact, I think, my lord, not, the order was not as such. Only because of the situation of, my lord, that took place.
Even no order has been given, only the campus has been sealed, your lordship.
It is there, page 15,
Lordship.
page 15.
Lordship.
Mr. Goswami, otherwise we are not very interested to go into how this.
Yes,
man
yes, that
died,
is,
how
that
this-
is my respectful submission before
So,
lordship, my lord.
Basically, we try to inquire into
My lord.
that the power of sealing.
Right.
Because of
That
the,
ceiling, my lord, this is an administrative immediate action, my lord.
no, but why till now?
The situation, such under the compelling situation that was
That
done,
was then.
that I am also not submitting before lordship to continue as such, my lord. That is not my submission. My submission is since district administration in consideration with the facts and circumstances has done something for the time being, my lord. Lordship may direct the district administration, my lord. So far that ceiling part is concerned, my lord.
No, what is his stand? Because I have to, now we have to deal with the on merit then. Because
Because
para
caretaker was,
para 6 of the order dated 5/12/2023.
my lord.
For the purpose of consideration of the writ petition, I have observed, it is necessary to find out about the authority and jurisdiction under
that-
which the exercise of sealing of the campus of the petitioner's institution had purportedly been carried out, comma, with specific reference to the provisions of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016. That you have to answer.
That was the order. Of course, I have not gone through this.
5/12, 5/12/2023, order to.
All right, I have a, my lord. Now I could come to.
Whether your affidavit has addressed this point.
My lord, without touching all these things, the background, my lord, the situation. It's a short affidavit, my lord, of 3 pages, 3-4 pages. Starts from page 4. Four, 5, 6, 7. And 8.
Come to your paragraph 8.
Yes, the overview of the facts, so and so the executive magistrate that is on behalf of the district administration, my lord, so and so, being accompanied by police, have visited the said home of NGO Paradise and took stock of the infrastructure facilities available at the home. Later on, this said sealed the campus of the home after shifting the available inmates of the said home to another home, namely so and so. In fact, the NGO was sealed by the executive. The record of all inmates who were shifted during so and so, known to the officer, so and so. That is the because of this situation, my lord.
No. So, actually, I asked the district administration to file the affidavit. But instead of district administration,
Police
SP has filed the affidavit.
SPS.
But my specific question is that under section 50 and 51,
On that, I think that is the problem. I was not present, I think, first division. That is the.
because we are more concerned with sealing and unsealing of
Yes,
the
yes,
premises.
that part, my lord, I am not submitting on that to
But-
continue, my lord.
I have to know because under what authority they have sealed.
My lord, the only on the, to my lord, knowledge, my
Get
lord.
the affidavit from Deputy Commissioner.
Or my lord, lordship can dispose it of my lord directing the deputy commissioner, my lord. So far sealing part is concerned, my lord. Other part, the appropriate authority will deal with, my lord.
Because Mr. Goswami, first thing, I have observed
Right.
in the order 5/12/2023. Under what authority I have asked you to
Right.
provide.
I don't see, my lord,
If you
Any-
say that there is no authority, I will record that.
because of the situation only, my lord. I don't see any other reason, my lord, for this purpose, my lord. Even if this is asked to file an affidavit, I don't think, my lord, there is any such, because being the district magistrate, my lord, administration, that part, my lord, because caretaker of the NGO was arrested, inmates were shifted to another home. Under that situation, it was sealed, my lord.
And your license certificate was up to what? Any validity period?
23.
Huh?
5/11/20.
All the such NGOs were funded by the state government to run this. Yes. Yes, sir. 5/11/2020. Still, at least empowerment related.
What is the ground you have shown for unsealing? It is running on a tenanted premise or what?
Lordship. tenanted
Where is that?
At paragraph 10, your lordship, page number 8.
Heard. Mr. M.H. Roskar, Learned Counsel for the petition. And Mr. B. Goswami, Learned Traditional Advocate in Assam, assisted by Mr.
He will be there.
J. Hendik, Learned Junior Government Advocate, Assam, for all the respondents. To stop. The petitioner is an institution registered under Section 50, read with Section 51 of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act, 2016. 5/12/2023 order, which is stated to be involved for taking care of persons with disabilities and with mental illness. Full stop. The petitioner, at the time of institution of the petition, the petitioner was issued a certificate of registration under Section 50 and Section 51 of the Persons with Disabilities Act 1956. By registration number, page 15, 47/2020, by the Director, Social Welfare, Assam. As per the said registration certificate, issued on 6/11/2020, the registration certificate was valid up to 3 years from the date of registration. The petitioner is aggrieved by sealing of its campus named quote unquote halfway home for mentally ill persons unquote on and from 11/5/2023. It is the case of the petitioner that the respondent authorities, more particularly, the respondent number 2 and the respondent number 3, had arbitrarily sealed the said campus of the petitioner. The respondents were put on notice on 7/8/2023. The respondent number 3 has filed an affidavit in opposition on 14/11/2023, stating inter alia that the campus of the petitioner institution, was sealed by an executive magistrate, and the details of sealing would be known to the office of the respondent number 2. The respondent number 2 has neither filed its response nor has provided any instruction to the Learned State Council till date. On 5/12/2023, this court had observed that for the purpose of consideration of the repetition, including the interim period, it will be necessary to find out about the authority and jurisdiction under which the exercise of sealing of the campus of the petitioner's institution had purportedly been carried out, with specific reference to the provisions of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016. Absolutely, the respondent number 2 has neither filed its response nor has provided any instruction to the Learned State Council in that connection till date. Chapter 9 of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016, more particularly, Section 50, has provided for registration of institutions for persons with disabilities and grants to such institution. Section 50 has provisions of Section 50 has provided for registration of an institution for persons with disabilities, for maintaining persons with disabilities. And mentally ill persons. Full stop. The provisions of section 51, no, sorry, the application, the matters of application and grant of certificate of registration are provided in the provisions of section 51 of the so and so act. Whereas the matter of revocation of certificate of registration of an institution is provided in section 52 of the so and so act. Full stop. It is not known. It is the case of the petitioner that the certificate of registration of the petitioner institution no order has been served up the petitioner. Wherefrom it can be wherefrom it can be noticed that the certificate of registration issued to the petitioner institution has been revoked. Full stop. He has further submitted that if a certificate of registration issued under section 50 and 51 is to be revoked, then such revocation is to be preceded by an inquiry. Full stop. The petitioner institution was running the institution named quote unquote halfway home for mentally ill persons. The petitioner has made categorical assertion that the petitioner institution was running the home named halfway home for mentally ill persons from a tenanted premises. Full stop. Due to an occurrence of an untoward incident resulting into death of an inmate on 10/5/2023. 10/5/2023. The officials from the office of the respondent number 2 and the respondent number 3 entered into the premises.
May I point out one thing, madam? The caretaker of the NGO was arrested on the basis of the FIR.
We are only answering of the premises.
That is
We are not into merit.
no one was there at that time to look after that. That is the background, my lord.
And then we have to rise day after tomorrow. I have to rise anyway.
And
I cannot be late.
Yes. That is why, my lord, I am not making any submission that supporting the.
Then we will consider the entire writ petition.
Yes.
Then we'll consider the entire writ. I was for unsealing of the premises too.
Yes, no, that I am not opposing that. I am not opposing.
We'll consider the entire writ petition then.
Because of the situation, something was done.
Take the instruction in the meantime whether you have made any effort to suspend the petitioners.
That part,
Restrictions.
here I took certain instruction, my lord.
Because
In that-
it is to be preceded by an inquiry as per the act.
Certainly, my lord. That is so far registration and continuation of the society's activities that is concerned, my lord, that will be there. But so far sealing part is concerned, my lord, because of the exigency, my lord. And the caretaker was arrested. That is why on that situation. And I am also not supporting that this should be continuing.
Okay. We'll pass the necessary order day after tomorrow.
After. Obliged.
Please the case. Yes,
My
Mr.
lord, item number 16 may be fixed on some other day.
16.
Yes, my lord. It is a 2015 matter, my lord, in fact.
What is the subject matter?
My lord, the maintainability of the writ petition
Maintainability of the writ.
against a private party, area manager has filed this writ petition.
Okay.
Let it be on 22nd.
No, you have to find out.
And the name of Mr. KP Pathak may be shown as petition, my lord, for petitioner.
You are a respondent. Let him come, I can. Okay, Saibla did you. Okay, Mr. Kusami, day after tomorrow, at least the case.